Hello again, everyone. The game is taunting us. It knows what it did. It's not apologetic. It's rubbing it in our faces. I might as well be rubbing it in my own. But so, we made our poem. We're back in the literature club. We only got 2 girls. I made a poem that was very heavily cited to Yuri for some reason. I don't know, maybe because I'm feeling depressed. And so here we go. Hi again, Cassandra. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. I made tougher stuff. I'm gonna kick your ass. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word that I'm gonna kick your ass. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, and I've got creepy crawlies all over my body. Don't know why, and everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Cassandra. That's not her voice at all, but that wasn't her face at all for a little bit. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. You're in the way, Monica. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Yeah, all of their character models are not in the right places. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! I keep hearing distortions in the soundtrack, and it's weirding me out too. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki goes plopping back into her seat. I'm sorry, Cassandra. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Obviously not. This is the opposite of feeling comfortable, and I am itchy everywhere. I hate being upset. Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have an interest in picking up a book to read? Well, I can't really say no either way, now can I? Like you said, I'm in this club now, forever. So it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask. I don't really have a choice in this now, do I? Oh, wait, I didn't mean it like that. Oh, if you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try being a part of this club. And so if I don't read often... That felt like a distortion. I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, I feel like she keeps getting closer. This is weird. That I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out. And was the classroom always on the ha? I just noticed that. So I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is... how is this girl accidentally being so cute? When everything else is so creepy. She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Whew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. It's all back to normal. Bless. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I would feel bad distracting her from her reading. I catch Ooh, a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh. It's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you just gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Has her face been doing that this entire time while I've been looking at the chat box? Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. Ah, I see. You weren't thinking about me at all, were you? Haha, a little bit soon today yourself. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. Let it pass on by. Like all the weird occurrences that are happening right now with your face. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts picking up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story, and for some reason I just really feel like lowering the volume just a little bit more, because otherwise I would be creeped out. There's too much going on. Is that so? What's the story about anyway? Well, look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. Ah, Russian! All the best depressing books come from Russia. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Oh, really? Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison, and the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. Joy. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. But anyway, I'm really into it. It's not creepy at all. The book, I mean. Not the cutting off limbs and shit. The thing about psychic. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Oh yeah, it's really dark. You made it sound like it was gonna be a nice story, so that dark turn came out of nowhere. Ah, are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Cassandra? No, it's not. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot Yuri's into those things. Oh, weird. Ugh, she's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that this kind of story is the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless and we hurt emotion. And suddenly... I'm rambling again, aren't I? I'm sure that was something perfectly innocent when the game was normal. It's not so normal now, is it? No, it's not. Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's all right then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writings fill my thoughts, the devil takes possession of me, and then things just come out weird. Ah, there we go. Yep, my whole body gets incredibly... I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. I just had this vision of, like, Merrick from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge series going, kill your family, and I'm just like, that makes sense. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. And other things. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club, after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? guess. I mean, you don't have to, but... What are you saying? You didn't just glitch out on me, that's fine. Everything's fine, just let me get to the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. Not that you have reason to be apprehensive. I, on the other hand, have many reasons to be apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see, said the blind man. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. All right. I open up the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. Like a ghostly presence, like the Grudge something. It's weird. Not particularly bad, just maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yeah. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. Hold on. I'm just gonna take that off and I feel like there's a jump scare coming. My ear's doing weird things. Oh, okay. So sorry. I was just bathing in the feeling of something. Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It's very intimate. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Alright, everything looks nice and normal and perfectly fine. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. Oh, it's like we're hugging. It's actually kind of distracting me. Oh no, boobs! It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. I expected those eyes to go weird again. Are you ready? Oh. To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a little bit distracted for a second. How close you are. Shoulder straps. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it underneath her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. I don't think that's a good thing. No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Really? Really, Yuri? I was just thinking the way she second guesses things she says and all that. That's what you were talking about, not the blood stuff. Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her, like sacrificing people to dark gods. Something else? Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet. So, I don't know why that came into my head. Yuri, are you feeling alright? Yuri's been a little bit more fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing's a little... My breathing? Yuri puts her hand on her chest as though to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Cassandra? Did something happen just now? I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess, but what else is new? So you don't know anything. As usual, protagonist. Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? No, I'm just deciding my next victim. That's all. Okay. My major anxiety and concern is past, so the headphones get to go back on. Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. Romantically, because that's how I choose my victims. It would be such a tragedy if I had to off another member of the club. No, nothing. Don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start sharing our poems with each other? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we'd get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book and slip it back into my bag. I'm gonna show my poem to Natsuki. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair I shared mine with her first. Cassandra, if you're not gonna take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh. What, you expect me to believe you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in the effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about. Natsuki? Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid. I missed this so much. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Yeah. I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. It's cute. Like you. Why were you so convinced I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. Pardon me. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. But I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, guess not. I decide to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Alright, so it's just Monica then, huh? Alright, we'll show Monica our poem in the next episode. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you then, so bye-bye.